Heading over to grab a drink from the machine, I noticed one of the bouncers chatting up a fairly energizing customer. They seemed to be having a good time, the smaller male wiggling his hips side to side and eyeing the large dragon with eyes that suggest all sorts of mischief. Perhaps this was a chance to meet some new people, like Cody suggested. Feeling confident, I approached the two at the security door. They turned their attention to me and I gave them a winning smile. Hey, you two. My name is Kiba Snowpaw. What the? Is this the. Oh, is that an auto? Can I go back? Can I go back? I cannot even go back. Let's try this again. Somehow. One time again. Let's try again. Without auto saving on. Thank you. Auto playing. Heading over to grab a drink from the machine, I noticed the bouncers chatting up some fairly energizing customer. They seemed to be having a good time, the smaller male wiggling his hips side to side and eyeing the larger dragon with eyes that could just all sort of mischief. Perhaps this was my chance to meet some new people, like Cody suggested. Feeling confident, I approached to the security door. Two at the security door. They turned their attention to me and gave them the winning smile. Hey, you two. My name is Kiba Snowpaw. I'm kind of new to this whole club scene, and I figured I'd say hi if I'm not interrupting. That shorter Evan picked up at that and approached. I got the impression he was sizing me up in more ways than one. The dragon did the same as the shorter guy whispered into his ear and grinning, lightening the gruff scale feathers. And few moments later, now that was a winning smile. I caught a glance at his name tag, Cynics, something like that. The other guy in the tight short stood beside him, a pixie-esque glint in his eyes as they finished their private confab. Seeing Quinn only widen, he nodded and wumbled something back. I have felt a little like the butt of some joke, but they seemed friendly enough. Keep a snowball, huh? I was wondering why I hadn't seen someone as cute as you around here before. I know all the regulars, and you ain't one of them. I'm sick, and my lovely friend here is Rose. A first timer, a cute to boot. And whatever shall we do? I flushed a little, but played off with a smile. I hadn't expected people here to be so forward with strangers, even without Rose's positive judgment. Sick and had called me cute. I'm not sure if that actually fit me, but that they sure didn't waste any time being friendly. I guess Cody advised about being more open paid off. Make small talk. Well, I'm kind of surprised I even wake up the nerve to come to talk to you guys. If I'm being honest, the whole club life thing really is more my brother scene. I don't know how people do it. Sick clap one large palm on my back. Damn, that guy certainly could pack a punch. I hate to be the one on the wrong side of him. Regardless, they sure didn't waste any time being friendly. I guess Kobe advised about being more. What the fuck? Didn't I just read that? Paid off. I couldn't help but smile despite my shyness. Gotta start somewhere, right? Rose and I are pixely part of the whole guard now. I guess always nice to see a new face though. Haha. Sure beats you just watching. Wait, voting. What? Beat you just wanting to know where the bathroom are or something too. You'll never guess how many times some cute guy or girl come up, and that's all the one for me. San had a sort of natural charm to him, that sort smoothness smoothed my nerve almost immediately, while Rose Murphy's skin was good in its own way too. I felt on the verge of some trick, sent attention while still playful and forward. She made me feel more like an intrigue than an appetizer. If that made any sense, maybe learning a thing or two from this guy wouldn't be such a bad idea. Well, Rose, you had your eyes out on that. Do you think we found what we've been looking for? I suppose that didn't come entirely out of nowhere, and I was flattered they'd been checking me out, but what were they looking for? I went that sensing over a few times in my head. Rose leaned closer. Rose leaned closer to his belly top, looking me over with a finger playfully scratching his beak. There was a sultry look about him, hand on his hip, embracing me as he gave me a little wink. Something about his look was a little off, a smirk, maybe. The way he seemed to try me on for size was more than forward. I think so. He he absolutely adorable. Never want to turn down fresh meat either. Perhaps it was just me being new to this sort of thing, but I didn't expect to be hit on right off the bat so openly. They both seemed nice, but I couldn't help but wonder what the angle was. Alright, I got to ask, why are you guys making all these paces at me? I mean, we only just met after all. You don't do this with every curious person you met, do you? Oh, nobody really straight up ask before you do, I put it. There was a visible shift in Zach's expression, guilt maybe. What did he have to be guilty about? Before he could answer, his friend chimed in. Shh, said, let me be blunt, honey. We are looking for a third party for a little bit of fun tonight. And guess what? You fit the bill perfectly, almost too perfectly, in fact. What do you say? Down for a little fun tonight? As Rose spoke, I could see Zach's expression change. That cocky smirk had all but vanished. He looked sullen, but when he noticed my concern, he seemed swallow that down and put that signature toothy grin back in his place. He almost seemed like he be grateful for the company, but was that what Rose had planned? It seemed like there was more to this situation than I first anticipated. Hey, yeah, you down for a wump, Kiba Snowpaw? I signed. I didn't want to make a bad situation any worse, and I could read all the signs there that there was something else was going on here. Look, guys, I'm going to have to pass. Thanks for being so friendly with me tonight, though. I really mean a lot. I didn't expect to meet so many nice people here. Are you fucking serious? And what a waste of time. You promised me you could hook me up with anyone, Zach. It looked like your charm isn't enough this time. I was taken aback by the sudden outburst. The burst of Rose complaint seemed to be with Zach, and Zach had They made some sort of bid. They mother back and forth. Ah, back and forth for a moment. Zack said Rose had promised not to do this. Said Rose had promised not to do this. Rose said was being a bitch as usual. I was about to leave them to their whisper fight when the girly Evian shot me one lance clan a storm off but not before snatching up his drink from the nearby and empty it on Sand shirt. I'm going to find Zack, and don't go thinking you can join in this time. Cynic, Xiao, bitch. What a scene. I had no idea what's going on, but Shanik certainly looked upset. The charming, cocky bouncer that I first met was replaced with someone else entirely. He folded his arm across the wet patch on his boarded chest, looking to the side and grimaced as he fought to gain his cool. He took a moment, caught the breath, and forced a smile. Hey, I'm sorry about that, Kiba Snowpaw. You shouldn't have gotten up into that mess. Tell you what, next time I see you, I owe you an apology drinks. As for tonight now, I think I'm gonna call it a bad night and go home. Since I met him, Sink seems at his most generous now, even clearly simmering and humiliated. It seemed like whatever it was that was going on, it had been Rose's game, not his. Part of me wanted to find out what exactly had happened, and even larger part if Rose and Sink were an item, because he really shouldn't be. But was it really my business? There was no way I could leave things like this. Before the dragon could make his escape into the staff-only room, I caught his waist. Sang cocked his head back at me over his shoulder and let it go. Maybe not the best time to be grabbing him more. Look, I know it's not my place, but obviously something serious just happened. I can't let you walk off like that in good conscience. Do you want to sit down and talk about it? Zenik closed his eyes, signed, and showed me that big toothy grin without Rose checking in on him. It felt as lot more will this time. He pointed to the stairs, then held out his hand for me. Gonna need that drink and a fresh start, yeah? The name is Zenik. To whom do I owe the pleasure? That toothy grin never left Zenik's face. I didn't know him well enough to know if he was faking it or not, as he extended his hand for a handshake. I extended my hand, sharing his grin, playing along for the time being. His grip was like a vice. Damn, maybe I earned a little bit of a squeezing after jumping in on Rose's game, though. You can call me Kiba Snowpaw. For some reason, I feel like we met before. It's strange, isn't it? Must be fate playing trick on us. Sonic reacted his voice like hand and laughed again. Vice like hand and laughed again, starting toward the stairs with me following him. We took our place at the bar and Sonic took my order. We were served almost instantly thanks to his staff shirt. After the first sip of his beer, the frustration still moldering under the surface seemed to have cooled enough that Sonic didn't seem to be on the verge of punching a wall or something. He shoved the milk bubble, exhaled, and we both seemed to come to the realization that I'd be staring at him a little. I burst myself with my own drink. I was a little surprised. I was a little surprised that I was a little surprised by what I ordered, but I suppose I was more concerned about getting Sonic over what had happened with Rose. Sonic's chocolate rolling his glass between his palm a little. When he looked back, he seemed a little embarrassed. Thanks, Kiba Snowpaw. I mean it. I'm just a stranger. Hell, a stranger who was sort of leaning you on a little. You didn't have to wheeze out and see if I was okay. You kind of one of those good ones, huh? Honestly, don't worry about it. I saw that something was wrong and I wanted to make sure you were okay. Besides, even if we were moving a little quick there, we're not stranger anymore, right? You know that's right. I guess that one positive thing that come out of this shit. Thanks, Kiba Snowball. So, Scenic, tell me a little about yourself. Have you been a bouncer for here for long? Well, I've been a bouncer here since this place opened. Trust me, I've seen some crazy shit go down that makes what happened earlier look like a party. Fight breakups, orgies, even a robber. Well, almost a robber. Wait, you saw this place get robbed? Hold on, orgies? Should I feel even more worried about Cody coming here so often? That's the part that caught you into it. Regardless, yeah. Couple of punks tried to rob some VIPs one night with switchblades, no less. Luckily, me and one of the other bouncers managed to take them down before anyone got hurt. Turned out that all the cops' training was good for something after all. Sonic Motorways was humbling. He was so casual and relaxed as he talked about taking down a bunch of guys with knives. I had to note that his arm flexing subtly as he told the story proved how well he could handle himself. It was weird that he settled for being at a club bouncer with a body like this. So, you used to be a cop, huh? I mean, from the looks of you, I can definitely see it. The moment I said those words, lower, he lowered his flexing arm and washed his fading grin away entirely with a gulp of his beer. He seemed like he'd seen a ghost. I suppose he did have his reason then. Let's pretend I never brought that up, alright? Seriously, drop it. Yeah, for me. So, breakups. I can imagine, but just how many orgies have you seen here? I smiled warmly as the color returned to his face for a bit by bit. A brief but noticeable nod as he composed himself. He clapped me on the back with a large hand three times. He was a jackhammer of plentitude that was likely to leave a bruise if he wasn't careful. Ha! More orgies than I think either of us could handle in a lifetime. But seriously, I don't think I had a proper casual conversation with someone here for a while. Thank for that. I ain't exactly used to it, but it's relaxing, I owe you. Sonic reached into his pocket and pulled out a small notepad and a pen. He scrambled his number into the pad and tore off the sheet, handing it over. I took it and Sonic finished his drink and as I programmed it into my phone, pushing off from the bar when he was done. Give me a call sometime, Kiba Snowpaw. I need to unwind after tonight's shit show, and you're fun to be around. Gonna head out now, but don't leave me hanging too long. Yeah? Sure thing, Sonic. Thanks. Well, I certainly was an encounter I wasn't going to forget anytime soon. I guess he was worth calling back for now. The night was still young. So now we gonna go home, go home. Hey, bro, lots of nice guys around tonight. What's up? Go home. Shall we head back home? Already? Okay, I guess I'm getting a little late. Let's go. Contact. Sanic. Call. Sanic status says that he already at the local shooting range. I should ask him if he want to meet there. Here's Sanic. Kiba Snowpaw here. From the other day. See you at the range from your. I see you at the range from your past book. Facebook. Gonna guess. Wanna hang out? Hey, good timing. Just got here. Sure, but can do. Gonna be here for a few hours, so may as well have company. You know the address, right? Yeah, I got it. Anyway, your Facebook has a map. Haha, quit being a weird stalker and get down here then. Do they even still do that when you post events and stuff like that? Do they still post the Google map of the address, or do they only post that way? I've not been on a event on Facebook for years and years, so I actually don't know. It took me around an hour to finally get to the shooting range. I was not familiar with it though. Traffic in the middle of the day had certainly held me up for more than I wanted. Hopefully, Sanic wouldn't be too upset with me for being late. I couldn't help but be a little confused by him still. He was very hot and cold at the club, and joining him at the range wasn't exactly anything we planned as far as a date or anything like that. I guess I was overthinking things. The range wasn't anything to be writing home about. It didn't seem to be too busy at the time of day. There was an older guy in the khaki utility vest minding the sign-in book, and from the sign that read valid ID only under this sketch in the Sharpie was guest used to drive the license. The two guys that the club member only. This last pass was underlined twice. I'm gonna save here just because I cannot remember if it was here about you have to do the mini game. So I really want to save here. Show my ED. This local range too. My ED is old, but look at that, it's still valid. I have to use my driver license, I guess. I didn't have any trouble getting in with my ED. I wasn't exactly religious about it, but even if I didn't have the ID, I could probably bump into someone here who could vouch for me. I peered around the building trying to scope him out. I mean, how hard could it be to find a guy his size? I didn't have any luck, but the windshield wasn't exactly huge. If he was still here, I find him. I didn't want to miss him, especially since I was a little late. I quickly scanned the building one more time before calling out his name down the range. Sanic, hello, it's Kiba Snowpaw. There was no response beside one of the nearby platoons stopping a series of shots and giving me a puzzled look. He pointed to his ear protection, which I suppose was a great great point. Hopefully Sanic didn't have left already. A little longer pass, only to pass your company before a last hand clap on my back, startled me a little. Was I spacing out, or was that just the ear covers either way? I had a pretty good idea who that pat my shoulder, what kind of, with that kind of force. Keep a Snowball, you made it, and here I thought you were never gonna show up. Hey, you okay? You don't look so hot. I laughed it off, adjusting my headset, where the combination of the jumping and his slap had knocked it wacky. Yeah, you know, a guy your size, you shouldn't go around jumping out at people, right? You pretty much chopped my head off. He laughed with a yeah, all good fun gesture. I finally got a good look at the dragon out from under the ambient light and neon of the club. His waist top left very little to the imagination, hogging the solid mountain range of his abs. Not to mention that more of his broad shoulder and thick arms and display was far from the worst either. I have to see if I have a fast mode on my mouse. I think that's actually the faster one I have. Keep staring. I wasn't gonna fool myself. He was incredibly attractive. Oh, my vote. Attractive. The scaly culture of him was well maintained, and it didn't exactly seem like a guy who put so much effort into looking good. Will mind me sharing that for a moment. The day was humid, and I was a bit of pre what pre keep something running down his bicep with a thirsty kind of jealousy. Sonic shook a brow as he was me watching him. I pulled my eye off him a little. Will subtle. Will subtle. Keeper. Come on, I didn't hit you that hard either. I knocked you silly and you just see something you like. Or you... did I knock you silly or did you just see something you like? I was being a little obvious, huh? I was just lamenting that you didn't choose the vest top that at the club. Or did I sign off for a different kind of gun show? Well then, I have to tell you that you need to buy me a steak dinner first. He smiled, said that he appreciated it regardless. I returned it quietly, and he just back over to where he has set up. So the shooting range, huh? Not my first idea of a place to hang out with on a day off. Well, I like to come here to blow off steam. You know, something catalytic about squeezing off a few rounds, and believe me, after the other night, I couldn't blame the dark cloud that came down over his expression as he recalled the fight with Rose. Yep, being glad to blow off some steam after that shit show. You didn't need to see that crap, not the first time he's done it either. It didn't matter me that much. In fact, it shows what a good person you are for being able to invite me out here even after Rose tried that to mess with us both. It doesn't seem like he was treating you any fairer than he was treating me. Well, damn, Kiba Snowpaw, thanks, that means a lot. Don't mention it, Sonic is true after all. So, are you done shooting, or did you wanna keep going a little? Sound good to me, Kiba Snowpaw, over here. I couldn't help but notice the target had been practicing on. There was multi-hole directly in the center of the target and a couple of dead shots in the head regions. I was impressed and also sort of scary. I guess I knew not to piss off the guy, and I guess I knew not to piss the guy off. What he was clearly talented. I followed Sonic over to his spot on the range. It looked like he had already been pressing for a while. There was a large boxy pistol and police issue block 21. It's a clock 21 on the table. I don't like the clock. I feel the clock feel like too much like a toy gun. Also the way they shaped it really square. I don't like it. I'm more a 6-hour kind of guy. And I don't know my guns, believe me. I cannot tell the difference between guns. The only thing I know between guns is that what I play in video games. So, but of all the guns I had tried as a, what they call, not paintball, nee, hardball. Then the 6-hour I like the best. The clock always jammed. At least when it comes to hardball. Always a bullet that got stuck in the what they call whatever. Always bullet got stuck, so it could not reload it. I hate the clock. On the table in the booth with half an empty box of bullet, he had his own earplugs too, which he loosely slip in. I set my own gun case down and worked the claps loose. Any good with that big cannon there? I do okay. If I do say so, that's some pretty serious hardware you got there too. That's a 50 caliber variant, right? Good eye, yeah. I like a gun that bucks a little, you know. Alright, let me just empty this clip here and then we'll swipe out. Alright, Sanic, show me that what you got. Was that gonna save again? I was as the dragon slip his blocks in and where the professional ones that hung around the neck in a band. I guess he came here a lot. He picked up the pistol, checked the safety, and stepped up to the mark. Before swinging it to life and aiming, he stood like a bro, and he mentioned something about cop training, and he seemed to slip back into that role as he concentrated. I adjusted my own ear muff. He peered over to make sure I had done so, and the range was clear before throwing a line down the gun. Shooting range out. Shoot range out. 1, 2, then a quick double 3, 4, so quick the sound almost blurred together. He flickered the safety on, ejected the empty magazine, and quickly reached the slide twice. He must have known exactly how many rounds he had left because I didn't see him pull the trigger dry. Sanic flicked the plug out of his ear and scooped up the other spent magazine on the surface into his hand like magic. He aimed his handiwork for a moment with a grin. 2 solid shots in to the head, and the last 2 laid atop each other in the head of the black silhouette. Shit, good shooting. Phew, how you like that, eh? And much better shooting than that outside the flashy movie stuff. You know you could pass for a movie star with a performing like that. You got the looks, the skills. I bet all the ladies would be swarming over you. Hey, trying to bottom me up, huh? Well, hopefully it wouldn't be just the ladies who's swarming. I could feel the heat. Was too much heat as he spoke. Sanic has already hit on me at the club, but the casual compliment he gave me butterflies. Well, yeah, okay, now that you mention it, I guess I will get a little jealous if there was a bunch of fangirl mobbing you. Not that I consider myself professional swooner. I mean, okay, you are hunk, but I'm not complaining on starting a fan club. I cut myself up before I just wumbled on endless under his playful expression. To my surprise, Sanic didn't call me a dork or anything. He just winked before letting out a heartily laugh. You're killing me, Kiba Snowpaw. I didn't think my heart can take any more of that. Well, discuss my future in the movie business later, huh? So looks like you are all set with your own piece. I assume I don't need to go through the safety rules then, huh? Yeah, I got it. Though, hey, if you got a speech all prepared, don't let me ruin it. I could stand to listen to you talk. Listen to you talk regardless. I save it for critiquing your shooting. Not that I don't look forward to being pleasantly surprised. So if I throw my game off a bit, you'll step in and help me shoot because that might just be better than stunning you into silence. We shared playful grin as I set up the magazine of my pistol, checking they were fully loaded and ready. You know the battery attitude might be cute, but I ain't that hard to shut up. You're the first person I gone shooting with for a long while, so don't try too hard to shut me up, huh? I forgot that this hanging out stuff can be pretty fun. Show me how it's done. Kiba Snowpaw, before I get the temptation to go into all my shooting listing anyway. Is it fast enough? I think it's fast enough. Let's find out. Space reload will begin. Okay. Oh, fuck, I miss. Fuck, I missed one. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck, I got this for. Oh, this been so long. Fuck. That means reload. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah! Almost there. 21. Ah! Can I? Hey, I want to retry. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, fuck, I missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah! Oh, so fucking close. I know. I'm not gonna do better than this. But that's actually fine. I think that's fine. I actually think that's fine. Hot damn, not bad. That's pretty impressive. But then again, you did have me showing you off, showing how it's done first. I snickered and blew the barrel of the gun like I saw in the movie, despite the lack of any smoke. Still, the rush of shooting was even better with him there. Zack had that silly toothy grin blasted to his face again, obviously impressed beyond his playful self-compliment. Hell, I might not have had the same speed he did, but I had a feeling I'd be coming out here a lot more frequently if I would be like this every time. So, I've been meaning to ask, how did you get so good with that pistol anyway? Oh well, of just lot of presses, I guess. He had that look like he just seen a ghost again. He was definitely hiding something. He mentioned something about official training back at the club, but did it go beyond that? I'm sorry. Seems like that is an awkward topic. We can forget I even asked and go back to having fun, okay? Look, it's not like I don't trust you or anything. It's not something I want to talk about. Thanks for understanding. It's fine, Sonic. We came here to blow up steam, remember? Let's get back to it. For the time being, maybe it was the best to leave it be. It didn't take long for him to compose himself again. Whatever it was, it seemed like it was maybe a little bigger than our unofficial first date. Sorry, Kiba Snowpaw must been the adrenaline getting me all wild up. Wanna go back to it? You got to go through all the clips. It's my turn to show you what I can do with more than four bullets. I nodded and let the topic go. We just getting ready and get back to firing off some more rounds when I heard a soft voice behind me. Oh, Sonic, is that really you? I can't believe it. I haven't seen you in years. The soft voice belonged to someone I didn't know. The young-looking deer headed over our way. Sonic's eye widened as the sign of him, though I got the impression the emotion behind them was mixed. He opened his mouth to speak, but no words seemed to come out. Hey, you must be a friend of Sonic, right? My name is Kiba Snowpaw. Pleasure to meet you. Oh no, that's okay. Pleasure all mine, Kiba Snowpaw. My name is Jason. Oh, and yeah, I will definitely consider Sonic a friend of mine. More than a friend, actually. More than a friend. You must know each other for a long time, I say. Best friends? It doesn't seem like you are the same age for a school friend. No, actually, we only briefly met in the hospital. Sonic is more than a friend because he's a hero as far as I'm concerned. A hero? What do you mean? Sonic? Sonic phrased nervously as I spoke to Jason, but he didn't say anything. All I could do was stand back and hope they shed some light on this. Jason, Sonic saved my life a few years ago. What? He saved your life? What happened? I mean, if you don't mind me asking. It was nothing really. I was just doing my job, you know. Don't listen to him. He's too modest. And a big softy on all those muscles. A few years back, I got into a car accident. A pretty serious one. A T-bone at an intersection. I spare you the detail, but I was pinned underneath my car and needed help quick. My belt, my belt had choked me unconsciously from where the frame got all buckled. I was silenced as I listened to Jason. Sonic looked away as much as he could without being rude. The story seemed to be making him uncomfortable, but I couldn't exactly tell the guy to stop telling his life-altering story. I was really a bad shape. The ambulance with the jaw of life didn't get there until 5 minutes later. I was told the car was leaking fuel and was going too well. To be honest, I would have died there that night. The next thing I remember was waking up to a handsome police officer in the hospital bed. Hey, I wasn't that handsome. I was shaking like a leaf. Hush you. Seeing Sonic happened to be on patrol nearby when I got into my accident. He tore into the car to bring me out before his fire could get to me. Sonic, is that true? That's incredible. The tall man didn't bring himself to look at us, either of us, though there was a hint of blood washing on his story features. It's all true. He performed the CPR and made sure I got to the hospital in one piece. He sat at my bedside all night, even if he didn't realize I was awake. My foot was hurt, and this time I didn't know if I ever be able to speak again. So I was never able to say thank you properly. You don't have to do that, Jason. You always send a thank you card to the department the next day. I still have it, even. I was just doing my job. Anyone would have done it. Jason gave him any time to react. In an instant, his arm wrapped around his toned muscle in a warm embrace. Sonic seemed uncomfortable, but maybe this was my chance to learn more about him. Sonic looked over to me, or I caught one another. No word was needed. I simply smiled warmly and nodded whatever consent there was for me to give. Sonic wrapped his last around Jason and pulled him close. Jason peered up as Sonic, a little tear rolled down his cheek, enjoying the moment until he finally pulled away. Thank you so much, Sonic. After Jason pulled away, Sonic gave him a brief smile, but he was obviously gritting his teeth. Something was definitely wrong, and Jason noticed it. He quickly clapped his hand over his mouth as if I could take back the whole thing. Oh, I'm sorry, I completely forgot. Hey, don't worry about it, okay? I just glad you're doing alright, Jason. Oh, hey. Here, for you. The deer reached into the backpack to pull out a large bouquet of white lilies. They seem very fresh. I heard around town that you were at the conference here a lot. I caught your message on Facebook about heading over there, so I got these for you. Please take them, and I'm sorry for getting carried away there. He handed over the flowers, which Sonic took with long that seemed almost like he might be allergy. They shared one last blasting hug before Jason bowed out of the conversation, taking a step back toward the ensuing. I was glad I was able to see you again, Sonic. I don't want to interrupt your date out though. It was nice meeting you as well, Kiba Snowpaw. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Yeah, you take care, Jackson. Thanks for the flowers. Sonic and I stood there for a moment, both of us looking at the bouquet of flowers like we had never seen one before. The silence was fake, but it was Sonic who finally broke through it. So I guess there is no hiding it now, huh? Cast out the bag. Why will you hide that though? You saved someone's life. That's pretty amazing, Sonic. I got my reason. It just hurt to remember some things, you know. Good days are all good, are well and good, but there are plenty of bad ones too. I can only imagine where you a cop for long before you move to working at Amorous. Sonic set the flower down. A smile finally returned to his face. He wrapped around my shoulder, pulling me close before he spoke. Tell you what, Kiba Snowpaw. It's been a long time since I've been able to spend some one-on-one time with someone like this. It's nice. Listen, I'm tired of hiding out here, even if I'm not usually one to open up and shit. I'm tired of running. from this crappy stuff. But it's nice to do something normal for once. Tell you what, we'll get into all those questions, just not in the middle of the range, yeah? Next date, we'll do something relaxing and get all this shit out of the open, yeah? I peered up at Sonic, drown faced by the sight of him. Despite that, I felt relaxed against him already. I guess that wasn't quite the situation he was talking about. Protected, maybe there was a better word for how he made me feel. Somewhere we could go to relax and not be bothered by people. I had it. Picnic. Did I really just blur that out? Picnic. Not the smoothest transition, but with him leaning in so close, there was only so much platonic hugging I could take today before I urged swelling up to kiss and nudge his snout with him. You heard me, a picnic. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to do that. And I'm not going back, because I cannot go back. He burst into laughing, squeezing me close in half hug, half headlock before letting me go. A picnic, I guess we can have guns and armor for every date. Just a little girly. Nothing wrong with that. Just trying to work you out is all. He's kidding, right? He can't work me out. A picnic, you know what? You know, that sounds amazing. I could go for a picnic with you, Kiba Snowpaw. We can talk about whatever you want. You wanna know about my past? Fine, I'll fill you in. Awesome. Okay, then it's a date. I'll give you a call when you got a free afternoon. And the weather is looking okay, yeah? Sure thing. Hey, you need a ride home? I gotta pack this stuff off first. I love to, but I got my car with me. Did you wanna carpool next time, at least? Sure, just don't pack too many sandwich, otherwise you'll get stranded. Otherwise you'll get stranded out there while I sleep them off. I'll see you later, Sonic. Next time, text me with some food ideas, okay? We left things at a coordinated but slightly overlong hug and a smile that said we both enjoy ourselves despite the interruption. I guess I can't blame him for holding off this serious question until our next date, especially not to spoil the tenement mood after Jason stopped by. Somewhere along the rides home, I started to wonder, had I called it a date first, or had Sonic, the mutual agreement that it was indeed a date, had its own excitement to it, like some semi-formal agreement. I guess we see what his answer to some of my questions were first.